This is a MediaHacker.org podcast recorded on July 26, 2009. Thousands of people around the world hit the streets yesterday to say, "We have not forgotten Iran." In June, allegations of widespread fraud in the presidential election triggered a grassroots Iranian uprising in Tehran and other cities. The Iranian government unleashed a torrent of violent repression on the movement. While cell phone images of dying and injured Iranians have faded from television screens, Iranian Americans here in Austin, Texas say the crisis is not over.
Everybody's in Iran except me and my husband to my kids. For the past 2 weeks, I can't contact anybody because telephone, I can't contact any. I hope they're okay. I follow every day in the internet and satellite in TV. I can't sleep. Every hour I wake. And I feel if I have heart, I can't enjoy my life anymore. To see parents, all the mother feeling over their kids in the jail and torture, burn them.
Most of Faye Manafar's family lives in Iran. She's lived in Austin for the past 20 years. She said the Iranian protests are not about the election itself or the leading opposition candidate, Mir Hossein Mousavi.
Right now, I respect him because he's supporting the people. If he stopped, not anymore. I'm just changing. I wanted the regime change. That's it. I wanted my brother, my sister, my cousin, everybody in Iran. All people leave the home the same as my kids living here and come back home safe.
About 200 people joined Faye in marching from City Hall over the bridge to Auditorium Shores at dusk.
فریاد هر ایرانی آزادی آزادی فریاد هر ایرانی آزادی آزادی فریاد هر ایران Democracy for Iran! Liberty for Iran! Liberty for Iran! Down with dictator! Down with dictator! We want freedom! We want freedom!
Snehal Shingavi, an assistant professor of English at the University of Texas, said democracy in Iran could only come from a grassroots movement.
A lesson that democracy in Iran will not be delivered by the United States, which has put sanctions on a country for very long. Democracy in Iran will not be delivered by the United Nations, which has put sanctions on Iran. Democracy will not be brought by the likes of Rafsanjani, who have made profits off of the people of Iran. Democracy in Iran will only come from the people of Iran fighting for their rights, protesting in the streets, demanding democracy, and exposing the crimes of Ahmadinejad every chance they get.
When the now disputed president of Iran, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, was last in the United States, he famously said this.
In Iran,
we don't have homosexuals like in your country. We don't have that in our country.
Well, it's ridiculous. They don't recognize them, of course, so they don't think there are any, but obviously there are. There are many, and not only within Iran, but escaping, and more are leaving every day. In fact, his refugee count keeps going higher and higher because of the election and the oppression, and so a lot more people are escaping Iran, including LGBT people, and it makes it harder for those refugees because the pure number of refugees, period, are getting larger, so it's harder and harder.
Wallace Hudson and his partner drove 3 hours from Houston to attend the rally in Austin.
At the time, I grew up around Iranians. I grew up in a small North Texas town called Weatherford. It's near Fort Worth, and there were a lot of young Iranian students there at the junior college, and I became friends with a number of them, so I have very fond memories of the Iranian people I knew. And so I have a good friend whose name is Arsham Parsi in Toronto, and he runs the IRQR, which is the Iranian Queer Railroad. And what that is it's a LGBT organization that helps people escape Iran because of the potential persecution, execution of gays and lesbians in Iran. And he escaped in 2005. He was an LGBT organizer in Shiraz, and the government got onto him and was going to come get him. So he escaped to Turkey. We've become good friends, and so we kind of keep in touch on Facebook with everything that's going on, and I found out about this, and so we decided to come up here today and participate.
Darkness fell shortly after the green-colored mass of marchers crossed the bridge. With just one light illuminating a makeshift stage, 2 young men played traditional Persian music for the crowd. This has been a MediaHacker.org podcast. I'm Ansel Herz in Austin.